boys basketball season. Hi, everybody. This is Bill O'Brien. Along with Bob Cannon, we'll be bringing you the play-by-play action as the Beckley Flying Eagles take on the Princeton Tigers. Before we get into the lineups, let's talk to the home coach here, a man that you'll be seeing a lot of during 1981. This is head Flying Eagle basketball coach Gary Nichols. Coach, thanks for taking time to be with us, and tell us, for those who have not seen your team yet or heard about them on radio, tell us what we can expect from the 81 Eagles.
Well, Bill, we're supposed to be a fine scoring basketball team, but as of yet, we haven't started to score very well. So, we plan to run the basketball, and we'll mix our defenses up between the zone and the man-to-man and try to press and try to dictate the tempo of the basketball game to play it our way. We do not play well when we slow the basketball down, so we'll try to change things and make Princeton run with the basketball, and we'll try to run against anybody we play. We're a little bit small, we have a little bit of trouble on the boards, but the young men have tremendous pride and tremendous character, and they really go after it really well.
Now, of course, the 1981 Princeton Tigers, a team expected to go a long, long way this year. They are ranked by many as the #1 team in the big schools. And, of course, they have their entire lineup back, led by 6'8" Jimmy Miller. How do you expect to stop that, Coach?
Well, I don't know. We're going to try to double him at times. Use maybe a triangle and two on him where we can man him and play a zone inside to give a little bit of extra help. And then we'll try to put pressure on the guards and keep them from getting the ball into him very successfully.
Coach, thanks for stopping by, and good luck tonight.
Hey, Bill, thank you much.
That's the second-year head coach here for Beckley. That's Gary Nichols. Now, we'll be back with the opening lineups, but first, let's take this break.
Basketball on Channel 9, WSWP TV, Grandview Beckley, proudly presenting the inaugural high school basketball telecast from the Raleigh County Armory Civic Center here in Beckley. Tonight, it's the Beckley Flying Eagles and the Princeton Tigers, two highly regarded and home-matched AAA entries in southern West Virginia. I'm Bob Cannon, along with Bill O'Brien, to call it all for you. The first in a series of 14 games. Coming up on Friday night, it'll be the Flying Eagles and Mountfield. First, here is public address announcer Carlos Crichton in tonight's starting lineup.
Senior, number 10, Mike E. A senior at 6'8", jumping center, number 40, Jim Miller. A forward, senior at 6'3", number 34, Stefan Strayed. And a guard, a senior at 5'8", number 12, Jeff St. Clair. A junior at playing forward at 6'3", number 32, James DeWitt, and the remaining squad of the Princeton Tigers. And now, cheering section, are you ready for the Flying Eagles? Playing guard, a junior at 5'11", number 10, Steve Kidd. Senior at 6'3", number 22, Kenneth Goodsman. A senior playing forward, number 30, Bo Green. And a senior at 6'3", number 34, Bob Bullen. A senior at 6'4", number 50, John Price. And the remaining squad of the Flying Eagles. The Eagles are coached by Gary Nichols. Assisted by Bill Hall and Robert Freeman. The officials for tonight's game, Larry May, Neil R. Rick, Karen Ribbon.
So the Princeton Tigers with a record of 2-1 against the Beckley Flying Eagles, a record of 1-1. Both these teams, their single loss to the same team, the Norfolk Blue Demons, the leading AA team. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce for the first half play-by-play a gentleman who is known around the state for his sportscasting. Here is Bob Cannon.
Well, it's been a pleasant evening from Raleigh County Armory Civic Center. The gentleman you want to watch it for course, in the dark uniforms, the blue jerseys, is, of course, the ever-present Mr. Jimmy Miller, the 6'8 senior. He wears number 40. He will do the center jumping. And Coach Gary Nichols will try to keep that basketball with his defense away from Jimmy, who can do it all. If the weather holds out, several scouts are planning to be here, including coaches from Ohio State, University of Kentucky, and West Virginia's Mountaineers. Princeton controls the tap. That's the point guard, St. Clair. They go to the right wing, like to go to DeWitt. First one's up to him. Just that quick. The hot shooting Princeton Tigers make it 2-0. Down just as quickly come the Flying Eagles. They like to move it quickly. As Gary Nichols said, they'll try to get far more shots. That's Steve Kidd. Banks it off the glass. It's no good. The rebound out front. The Tigers have that edge in size. Mike Eads controls it. Sets it up in the backcourt. They're going to post Miller down low tonight. They're going to try to. And the Eagles will counter with that triangle 2 defense. You'll watch them come around him. That's what they don't want. Miller to get the ball inside. He was doing fairly well in the early goings. That leaves, of course, somebody open. The first time it was DeWitt. The second time he missed. And he goes short to get the rebound. Take it straight down off the break. What they like to do best. But they can't cash in on the bucket. But then the splits, and we have our first whistle of the ball game. Gary Nichols told us earlier the thing he is concerned about, Bill, is he would like to see far more shots taken. You can't make the shots unless you take them. Let's see if the Eagles respond to that.
Yeah, Beckley defeated Bluefield by only 5 points, 43-38. They were very timid in their last encounter.
Go green, long one. As Al McGuire likes to say, the tough angle shot won't go. The baseline won't go either. Goodson, the weather green, tries again. It can't get it. Now it finally gets one in.
The shorter Eagles continue to keep the ball alive.
And we're all even 2 apiece. 6:44 to play first quarter. There's the whistle. Backcourt foul. Stevie Kidd is assessed with his first personal. First team foul.
Only a minute and 20 seconds so far.
Neither team really getting on track. These two are all rivals, though. It takes them a couple of minutes to work each other's out a little bit. Settle down. Like St. Clair. Strain underneath the Miller. This is where he'll kill you. Goes in, puts it up and in. Well, the scouts like to watch him. He's a deadly baseline driver. He's fearless, and he'll go in. And many times the offensive player has the advantage. That means 2 for the Tigers. They have a 2-point lead at 4-2. Every steps, I believe. Up step out of bounds. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a foul on the play. Wrong official. Mike Eads gets his first personal. First team foul, inbounds play. Beckley, left baseline. Long jumper will not go down for Bo Green. We remain at 4-2 Princeton. Tigers control the backboards. Jeff St. Clair makes the play to point. Mike Eads. He can shoot from here. Off the mark a little bit, though. Little Steve Kidd gets that rebound. Here come the Racehorse Eagles down, and that one's in there. Steve Kidd knocks it up in 4 apiece. 5:50 mark. First quarter. First and 14. High school basketball at its best. And Channel 9. Jimmy Miller now comes out a little higher this time. Now drifts down back underneath. They get to him, turns. This is what they don't want. Double coverage still doesn't stop him. 6'8 senior. It's his second bucket of the night. Brings it down to a 6-4 Princeton lead. Steve Kidd. Bob Ball going to drive the baseline. Stops and fires. In and out. Tough shot. Rebound Miller. He lost it though. Bowling picks the loose ball up. Puts it up again and won't go down. And again Jimmy Miller rebounds. No whistle. Bowling hits the floor. A little acting job there. St. Clair. Strain. In for Miller, a little too far, picked up by Eads, and won't go on the turnaround jumper, whistle inside, too. John Price's first personal, second team foul. The officials, by the way, are from the Williamson area. They'll have fun going home tonight. 6-4 Princeton, first time out of the ball game. 5:04 left to play in the first quarter. I think both coaches want to do a little readjusting. Bill, the Eagles seem to have blocked out fairly well on the offensive boards in the early going, but Mr. Miller can jump, and when you got 6'8", I don't know if that's going to be sufficient.
Well, not only do they have Miller, Bob, but they also have DeWitt at 6'3", and then they have Stefan Strain at 6'4", so they've got a very powerful starting lineup. But by the way, I'm not sure if we made the point, the entire Princeton Tigers starting lineup is intact from last year, so not only do they have the height, they've got the experience.
which was a fine ball club 18-6 in the semifinalist.
Once again,
The final 4 AAA teams in the state, which was the county company they keep.
And of course, the 2 years ago, they won it all. They had a record of 22-3 and were state AAA champions. That's when Miller was a sophomore. They had a fellow named Alan Williams, who is now playing good ball for the Duke Blue Devils in the ACC.
They hope will have some influence to talk Mr. Miller to head back to the ACC as well, we understand. Inbounds Princeton. Early in the first quarter, 5:04 to play. It's a 6-4 Princeton lead, and they have the basketball. Eads, St. Clair. Strain. Back outside. Trying to free Miller from the triangle and 2. The Eagles defense doing a good job. Long jumper by DeWitt, and that's the second long. That's a calculated risk here. Nichols said he would be prepared to take in North Fork. North Fork, it worked. Let's see if it works for the Eagles tonight. Trevor's on the other end of the court. They will give Princeton the long corner jumper, so they can try to keep it away from Miller. Turnover at Flying Eagles. Gets right back to Princeton with an 8-4 lead. Now they put some pressure on. Mike Eads. Outside to St. Clair. Screen in for Miller. He's got it. And oh, that one won't go down. Batted around, and Miller follows up, and that one won't fly either. So 2 good efforts by Miller from off the rebound. Bo Green to Bob Ball. Miller go the other way on the run. A little whistle on the goaltender. Good basket. Goaltending on Jimmy Miller will give the basket to Bobby Bowen, and it's an 8-6 lead now. 2 points for the Princeton Tigers. They get the basketball now. We'll go to the full court zone trap. Each shot is on St. Clair. Back over to Mike Eads. About a 15-footer, in and out, no good. Rebound right into the hands of the Flying Eagles' John Price. Down the shot from the Goodson on down. A good foul to the Stevie Kidd. The second bucket of the night. Jerry Nichols promises that they would play with some hustle. They have done that. These Flying Eagles have so far to tie it up at 8-8. St. Clair tries to set the offense. Miller comes up high on the high post this time. Beckley needs now. Miller goes down low. They beat it to him. They won't down. Again, John Price steps to the rebound. Steve Kidd. Goodson, long one. 18-footer, a little short. Rebound to St. Clair. See if the Tigers run out of there. Then get all the lanes filled, so they'll shoot at the foul line jumper. Now walk it down. Go Green. Kidd lost it out of bounds. Turnover Flying Eagles. That's their second on the ball game. Unofficially, of course. Princeton basketball. 2:58 to play in the first quarter. We're all even at 8 apiece from Raleigh County Armory Civic Center. Basketball on Channel 9. The first of 14 coming up Friday night. We'll take a look at the Mountain View Golden Knights. Stephon Strain will turn around at 4 his first bucket of the night. And the Tigers take the lead back to 10-8. Steve Kidd. Bo Green. No good. Gets us on the rebound. That one won't go down. Eads clears the boys from Princeton.
You watch it, Bob Green gets hot. He'll be deadly.
Inside for Miller. Batted away. Goodson back in play, but right to Strain. He's going to get 2. No, he won't. He'll get fouled, though.
now third shot. Number 5 Eagles.
Second personal in the 13th foul. Stephon Strain, 6'4", a senior, averages 4.5 points a game on the season so far. And officially, the Tigers computing about a 70% free throw shooter. Back of the iron. Score stays at 10-8 Princeton. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the first quarter. Some rebounds. Over on the left side. Back out Steve Kidd set up. Price at the high post now. Going over on the left wing, get a lot of movement on the offense. He goes to the baseline, puts it up. East goes up with him and foul him, I believe. Mike does not agree. That's his second. Second team foul.
Second personal. Second team foul. At the line,
Two shots for both. Eagles scoring balance with the exception of leader Dennis Goodson at 14.5 points. They're all clustered around 7 points a man. Green is at 7 even. Bowen at 7.5. Kidd at 7.5. John Price at 6.5. This is Green. Good. 10-9. Eagles trail by a point. 2 minutes left to go in quarter number 1. Basketball on TV9 Friday night. Not dealing Beckley. A week from tonight, Beckley and Oak Hill. That doesn't rule. That great wild rule will be here at the Armory Civic Center, and we bring it all to you on WSWP. Green's free throw good, as you can tell by the partisan cheer, and we're all even at 10 apiece. Mike Eads in the backcourt for Princeton. Jeff St. Clair. Strain, long jumper. No, I beg your pardon. That's not strain. Swings to Witt. It's no good. There's a little collision underneath the basket away from the ball.
That's
John Price with whistle for the foul, and that's his 3rd personal foul. So Gary Nichols will go to the bench and call in Glenn Taylor, a 6'1" junior, to check into the lineup. He'll replace John Price on the bench with 3 personals. The Tigers get it out under their basket. Right side, they go on the right, deep on the side. 2 Eads back out hot to St. Clair to set up. DeWitt. About a 16-footer, partially blocked, but he covers and loses it out of bounds. Last to touch it was Dennis Goodson. 10-10 ball game. We're all tied. 1 minute and 39 seconds to play in quarter number 1. From the Raleigh County Armory Civic Center, Princeton and Beckley. Triple rivals are going standing. Inbound play to DeWitt, tapped in by Miller. Jimmy Miller has his 3rd bucket of the night. 1.5 minutes to go. The Eagles race down. Try to get a shot up off Steve Kidd. A little misdirected. Might have been partially blocked. Eads has it from Princeton. Puts it up off the iron. No good. About a 16-footer. Miller and Goodson collide going after the rebound. What do we got here? Blocking foul of Miller is first. Team foul 3.
Number 40, Jimmy Miller.
David Phillips checks into the lineup now for the Tigers at Princeton. Mike Eads will get a breather. Phillips 6'4" and a sophomore, averaging 6.5 points a game. For Ralph Walsh, Princeton Tigers, 18-6 a year ago. Semi-finalist in Morgantown. Eagles with the basketball. Steve Kidd will set the offense. Right corner. Phillips no go. Back outside. Steve Kidd. Green to the baseline. 15-footer good. That's up again at 12-12. St. Clair. DeWitt. Strain. Phillips. Turn around. In and out. Miller taps no good. Tries it a second time. Can't get to the handle on it. Gold Green clears it out for the Eagles. Stevie Kidd. Bobby Bowen. 16-footer over the rip. No good. Phillips follows. Foul. Strain got it. Does not agree with the call. Does matter. Number 34, Stephon Strain. Got him on the wrist. He is first. Team foul 4. We have 26 seconds left in quarter number 1, and the tie ball game is 12 apiece.
Bob Glenn Taylor started each of the first 2 Beckley games, and even though he's listed at 6'1", he gets a lot higher than that. He's got springs in those legs.
Number 44, probably the most famous basketball number ever worn in the state of West Virginia, and that's some limbs back. First one a little too hard. 1 second is up. A little too soft. Stephon Strain rebounds for Princeton. The Tigers have a decided edge there. Jeff St. Clair. Eagles again. Double coverage on Miller with that floating triangle and 2 tight defense. St. Clair around the whole right side. DeWitt in for Miller. A little too hard. He retrieves, goes in the lane as he knocks away, and Bob Bowen picks it up. Steal for Bowen. Lays it off for Goodson. 15-footer swish. He just can't believe right at the buzzer. How's that for time?
How about that? That's Beckley's first lead of the ball game, and it comes in right at the last second.
First 8 minutes of history, 8 more to go in this first half, and it's a 14-12 ball game. The hustle of the Flying Eagles becoming very evident. From the Raleigh County Armory Civic Center, Beckley 14, Princeton 12. on Channel 9. Our second quarter from the Raleigh County Armory Civic Center is set to start itself. See if there's any changes for the Princeton Tigers. There's only one. David Phillips stays in place of Mike Eads as a starter. So we'll have Dave Phillips, James DeWitt, Stephon Strain, Jimmy Miller, and Jeff St. Clair for Princeton. The Flying Eagles, Steve Kidd, Bob Green. Longer Dennis Goodson to Jeff Center. Bobby Bowen. And of course, their one substitute, Glenn Taylor. What a mismatch. 6'8" Miller, 6'3" Goodson. Miller gets the tap, they're going to do it again. Somebody stepped in the circle a little too soon. It's going to be Taylor and Strain that'll go at it. Now Mike Eads checks in. Dave Phillips goes out, so the starters for the Tigers are back in. That goes into the Eagle zone, recovered by Eads, and the Tigers have the first chance to get back to a tie-ball game. They trail 14-12, the first time they've been behind in the ball game. DeWitt gonna take it and get it. No, the corner, maybe they'll readjust. That's 3 to DeWitt is hit from the long range, 6 points for him. We're all even again at 14 apiece. Moves with the basketball. That's Kidd over to Bowman. Kidd, Green, Taylor, Green. About 10-foot range. Green makes it 16-14 Beckley. 7:19 to the 1.5. Jeff St. Clair, Mike Eads. St. Clair. Pass for him, gets a little movement. Double low post, Strain and Miller down low. In the lane, DeWitt to Miller. Back door goes up, can't get the shot off. Bob Bowen was the reason. Got the ball, but also part of Mr. Miller. So Jimmy will shoot the foul line. 15 foul. Jimmy Miller's a 78% free throw shooter.
Bob, Miller's averaging 25 points per game here on the regular season. Last year against Beckley, the Eagles and the Tigers played 3 times, and Miller was consistent, getting 21 in all the games.
Well, he's been good since he was a sophomore. Very coachable young man, very personal young man, and obviously a fine prospect. That one didn't go in, but he'll try to make amends for that. Good. Almost probably every major college within hailing distance of Southern West Virginia wants to take a look at that young man. Bowling for Beckley. Good. Hands the long jumper. Give the Eagles their biggest lead of the night, 18-15 Beckley. We're 6:47 left to go in the half. Inside for Jimmy Miller, turn around good. That's the shot they don't want him to get, and for the most part this evening, that's only, if I'm not mistaken, until the second inside basket he's got on the evening. Yep. So the defense is doing their job. Steve Kidd across the timeline. Ball back to Kidd. And he puts it on good. Back door to Dennis Goodson. He's a leading scorer. 6 points for him on the evening.
Interesting, Miller backed off that time.
Well, he's going to learn something, I think, from the inside muscle of the Eagle. We'd like to do something about James DeWitt. That is Jim's 4th straight basket. They have all been 15-footers or better. That was about a 20-footer. Director Bruce Vincent reminds us that's true. If we had the Southern Conference 22-foot circle, that would have been a 3-point basket. Just like it had eyes. Glenn Taylor didn't take it in the corner. They whip it around the left side. Bo Green puts it up. That's a little off the mark of Goodson. It's going to rebound attempt to him. That's 8 for Dennis. He's the leading scorer at 14.5 points. There's another demonstration wide. 22-19 Beckley by 3, and we're 5:34 left in the half. St. Clair. Strain. Put it up. 12-footer's air ball. Picked up by Glenn Taylor. Eagles now starting to hold their own on the rebounding end of things. Steve Kidd. Puts it. Good. First half. Beckley 24, Princeton 19. Tigers press a little bit, force that one in by Eads. They go out of offensive pattern. The Eagles clear the boards again, and down they come for the 6th straight offensive point. Miss Goodson's on fire. Now Paulson trying to slip it out. regroup and readjust. With 4:48 to play in the second quarter from the Raleigh County Armory Civic Center, it's basketball. Channel 9, and our score is 26-19. And Bill, if this keeps going, would this be a major upset or would this be a mild upset?
Well, it's hard to tell.
True to form for these two.
Yeah, you know, in the early part of the year, why it's tough to tell upsets. But of course, Princeton, by most observers, feel they and Williamson got to be the two best AAA teams in the state. And the Tigers are showing they've got talent with the Beckley Flying Eagles here on their home floor, looking great here in the surge. You mentioned they've scored the last 6 points.
Don't go out there, Alan.
Whatever the 23 defense is what we're about to find out. Ralph Hall wants to switch man. We'll have to see how they do. Apparently they want to make a change on the green and do something about the baselines and the backdoor situation.
I'd say that might be a 2-3 zone or a 3-2, a combination thereof. Ralph Ball, this is his 21st season at the helm of the Tigers basketball fortunes. Before that, 7 years as coach at Spanishburg.
He's definitely been around the court a few times. 26-19 is our score, a 7-point Eagle ball. 4:40 left to play in the half. They're going to move Miller out and around the horn, trying to get a little movement from him so they can feed him the ball. DeWitt takes another one. This one misses. They get a flying Eagle rebound. Green the kid. Steve sets him up. The Eagles move it quickly down the floor. They love to run. They do it extremely well. Glenn Taylor takes the long baseline. That one won't go down. Mike East clears out. Go back to a little better block shot. The movie needs a little further up the baseline to get some defensive help. He takes it all the way down himself and gets that one in there. Mike Eads, 15-point per game score. A senior at 6th Street. Steve Kidd down for Beckley. 26-21. Eagle lead at 5. Goodson, the leading Eagle scorer. Short. Eads again with a rebound. He comes out of there himself. Looks right, looks left. Brother St. Clair got it. That Eads. He can't go inside to DeWitt. Back to Eads. He's going to take the baseline. Good. 2 straight buckets by Mike Eads. Cut the lead to 3 points at 26-23. And now Gary Nichols wants to talk things over. The adjustment Ralph Ball made apparently is going to be counted by one from Gary Nichols.
Mike Eads, Bob, is very similar to Beckley's Robert Green. He is a good medium-range shooter. You get him hot, and he can carry your team, and he's right there, prove it, with 2 quick shots.
Well, that experience, the biggest thing about experience, I think, is probably the word poise. Let's see if we get into Gary Nichols now on the flying Eagle.
Yeah, leave him out there. Leave him out there. A little bit out there. And what you know he's going to, when he goes out there, you know he's going to flash back. Just keep an eye on him. When he goes out there and you know he's going to flash back. Okay, so wait a minute. You take Miller away first. We're not Miller's second.
Here, of course, when you get movement from Miller, and if you get preoccupied with Miller, somebody has to be open. And Gary's simply telling him again, we know what he's going to do when he comes down. He's going to flash back. And therefore, watch him first, but not to the exclusion of everything else.
By the way, Coach Nichols referred, he said, take care of Miller and we'll watch Murray later. He's referring to Stephon Strain.
That's Bo Green for the Flying Eagles, leading by 3, 26-23, 3:32 to go on half. Here at the Raleigh County Armory Civic Center, Green takes the shot one down, gets his own rebound, puts that one up too hard. And Eads gets his 3rd consecutive rebound for the Tigers. Almost lost it. Now he does throw away. That's his first turnover.
Is that the first turnover you had for the Tigers?
Unofficially, that's the first for Princeton. Yeah. 3 for the Flying Eagles. Been a well-played game in that department so far. Green, Goodson. Blow off. Rebound just in play. The Eagles are starting to assert themselves off their zone. They're getting a block out on the defensive boards. If they're able to control them for the last couple of minutes, that's Eads. They'll go on the back door. Collision Green and a block on Eads, I believe, will be called. what it is, and that's 3 on Mike.
By the way, Beckley has substituted number 12, Randy Anderson, 5'10 junior guard.
His third personal, 15 foul. At the line, Mike Eagles.
So Mike Eagles will check out for Princeton. Randy Anderson in for the Eagles. Let's see. Ralph Paul's going to send Dave Phelps back in there. So Eagles get a break for 3 personal fouls. John Princeton on the bench in the first quarter with 3. Bull Green will get the shot. 7 point per game score. 6'3" in the senior. See how he is at the charity stripe so far this season. He's perfect, 2 for 2.
Plus the 2 tonight.
Yep. And now he's 4 or 5 for 5 now.
Well, he has his average right now at 7.
Can't get much better than 100%. 6 for 6 on the year, 4 for 4 in this ball game. It's 28-23. The Eagles back up by 5. 2 minutes 50 seconds left. That's Miller. Way across the duet into the lane, batted away, Bowen, and I believe Doc got him. And bad hands. O'Brien blew the. What happened?
Hey, I don't know.
Perfect position for that rebound.
I gotta quit watching the monitor.
Alison Bo Green is
Turnover on the broadcaster.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're going to charge that foul at Green. So let's see. That's Bobby's first. DeWitt will shoot. The 6'3" junior hitting 18.5 points a ball game. 6'3", a long one tonight from 20 foot over vicinity. That free throw is carrying. And Jimmy Miller is in the lane too soon. Oh, no, he hit. He's pushing off as he went after the rebound, so that's his second personal. He was in a bonus situation. In fact, both teams are, I believe. Yeah.
By the way, normally at this point, as a television viewer, you expect an instant replay. What do you expect here? We do not have instant replay, but I think so far, going to be pretty well pleased with the coverage here.
Dennis Goodson carrying on the free throw, but the rebound by Bowen is a turnaround effort that doesn't go in. Rebounded by Miller, batted away, still loose. Who's got it this time? That's Bo Green, got it again, and Miller inserts himself. Last foul has made him angry. He hustled and picked out 2 of those balls. Gets it on the high post, turns, looks. Now he's coming down to shoot. Works hard for it and gets it. He can twist and turn and move offensive with the best of them. And gives him 11 points in the ballgame so far in the first half. 28-25 Beckley, 2:10 to go. Quarter number 2. And Taylor, Bowler, back to Goodson, good. 30-25 Beckley. Let's see how many that is. 3, 6, 14 points. On 7 field goals for Dennis Goodson. That's DeWitt with the ball. That's partially blocked by Green. Loose ball, strain. Picks it up and follows it in. 4 points for Stefan. Goodson for Beckley. They lead by 3, 30-27. Devon Bowen, stretch. 32-27. Beckley by 5. We're at the minute and a half mark. Left to play in the first half. Jeff St. Clair. Dave Phillips. Collision, no foul. Shots in and out of there. Miller taps it in. 13 for Miller at the half. All right, that 1:15 mark at the half. Eagles turn it over. That's Goodson. His first. Eagles 4. Goodson ball midcourt. Jeff St. Clair. Jimmy Miller. Now again, he's driving that lane. Collision. Charge. See if the basket's going to be good. Charging foul on Miller, his third. Basket's going to be good, though. That's 3 on the big guy, Jimmy Miller. Collision against Glenn Taylor. Now that has got to change the thinking of Ralph Ball. In fact, it does immediately. Jeff Adams, a 6'6" senior, comes in. Jim Miller will go out. Now that, of course, will change the offensive situation, I'm sure, for the Princeton Tigers. Earl Stater, leading scorer, now on the bench with 3. A minute and 5 seconds to go in the half. Beckley by a point, 32-31. Glenn Taylor will set up the free throw. In and around good. His first points of the night. Seconds up. Switch. 34-31. The Beckley lead back up to 3 as Gary Nichols checks things out. Jeff St. Clair. Way in the corner. Give and go for DeWitt. Shot won't go down, and Glenn Taylor gets up in the air with that rebound. The bowling to Kidd. Back door pass beautifully to Bo Green. The shot's a little too hard. Rebound Adams to Phillips. Drives it straight down. Stops. Travis turns it over. That's the second on Princeton. First on Phillips. 41 seconds left in the half. Steve Kidd.
They're not all going down, Bob, but they're fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. Nothing more exciting than a good running basketball game. Because it'll make things happen. More than good, but it makes things happen. Bob bowling long one, about a 20 for one for him. Rebound Goodson. That one won't go. That's Taylor. And that one won't go. Goodson batted up once too. Soft at the bottom of the rim. Phillips again. Adams inside. Taken away nicely by Dennis Goodson. Glenn Taylor out. Basket good. He got fouled. Good effort by Glenn Taylor, and the foul will be on Jeff St. Clair. Basket is good. The officials are from the Williamson area. Craig Garrett and Larry May. That gives the Eagles a 5-point lead with 6 seconds left in the half, and Glenn Taylor with a chance for a 3-point play and push it to 6. 6'1" senior is going to really get up in the air. First shot, good. 37-31. Beckley by 6. 6 seconds left. St. Clair, screen. Going to fire at the foul line. At the buzzer, it's no good. The Beckley Flying Eagles will take a halftime intermission break with a 6-point lead at 37-31. Coming up after a break, halftime entertainment by the amazing Lassies and the Woodrow Wilson High School Marching Band. Our halftime tally from the Raleigh County Armory Civic Center: the Beckley Flying Eagles 37, the Princeton Tigers 31.
And now, take your time, do it right.
Halftime at the Raleigh County Armory Civic Center. Beckley's Flying Eagles 37-31 over Princeton. At courtside, the Lassies of Woodrow Wilson High School. They're going to take their time and do things right. Join us. Talented last season in the Woodrow Wilson High School Fine Marching Band. Halftime entertainment at the Raleigh County Armory Civic Center. It's halftime. We'll be back in just a moment. Our score, the Beckley Flying Eagles 37, the Princeton Tigers 31.
Now we're back at the Raleigh County Armory Civic Center, Beckley, where at halftime the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles lead 37-31 over the highly regarded Princeton Tigers. And in the individual point making here at halftime, Princeton led by All-Stater Jimmy Miller with 15 points. 8 points for James DeWitt, 4 points for Mike Eads, and 4 for Stefan Strain. For the Beckley Flying Eagles, 14 points for Dennis Goodson, 10 of those in the second quarter. So Goodson leads Woodrow with 14 points. 8 for Robert Green, 6 points for Bob Nolan, 5 points for Glenn Taylor, all in the second quarter. Steve Kidd had 4 points. And taking a look at some of the statistics team-wise, Bob, it looks like here that the rebounding is definitely the key to this ballgame.
There's a big difference of 29 to 18. 17 of those 29 Woodrow Wilson rebounds are on the defensive boards, which shows you what kind of hustle they are putting into that effort on the boards. They're triangle 2 defense, they're blocking well, even have 7 more offensive rebounds, which is a good sign too. 29 to 18, that kind of a margin, and rebounding by 11 over a much taller, more experienced team. Combined with hustle, has got to be the victory, no matter how bad you shoot. They're not shooting that well. 49.4% for the Eagles, 42% for Princeton. But I think perhaps the Tigers may have spent the first half perhaps a little lackadaisically unimpressed by their smaller rivals up north, which may bode them poorly in the second half.
You can be sure that Ralph Ball and the locker room told his folks, hey, let's start jumping and scrapping just a little bit more. Both teams had 15 field goals, but Beckley took 2 more shots. The Eagles shooting 39% of the first half, 42% for the Tigers. The difference in the free throw line, Beckley hit 7 out of 9 for 78%, and the Tigers 1 out of 5 for 20%. A well-played ball game, each team with 4 turnovers.
Second half is ready to go. That's Jimmy Miller on your screen. He's got 3 personal fouls, but he'll be a key whether he plays or he doesn't play. Watch him carefully. Entering the second half of action. Southern West Virginia Sports Voice, Bill O'Brien.
Thank you very much, Bob Cannon. We're set to go. It's Goodson for Beckley in the white uniform against Miller for Princeton, and the Eagles have it. This is Green with the ball, number 30, passing behind him to the Beckley playmaker Steve Kidd. Green again to the baseline. Jump shot is off the side of the glass, and the Tigers have it. Beckley took the first lead of the ball game with time expiring in the first quarter. They led 14-12, and they opened up with a blitz, a 7-point lead midway through the second quarter, and they're now to 6-point differential. The whistle as bodies are strewed over the floor as Miller tried for that half hook, and a foul has been detected on the Flying Eagles. That is Dennis Goodson on the floor. He's Beckley's scoring rebounder. Yeah, he sure did. Looks like he's okay.
Jerry Nichols up to check out for sure. That's his leading score. Says he's all right.
By the way, in the individual foul situation, Beckley's John Price with 3. Nobody else with as many as 2. Princeton with Mike Eads with 3 personals, and Jimmy Miller has 2. Gary Nichols in his second year as the head coach for Woodrow Wilson. Beckley with a rich basketball tradition. So many state basketball titles, their last coming in 1967. Miller makes the free throw. He's now 2 out of 3 from there at a total of 16 points. 6'8" and a senior, Jimmy Miller. It's 37-32, Beckley by 5. Now it's by 4 as Miller makes the pair. Substitution for the Tigers, it'll be David Phillips in there, wearing number 33. He's a 6'4" sophomore, scoring 6.5 points per contest in the young year. Beckley now going to face a full court press. This is Bolin getting the pass into Kidd. And here he comes, racehorsing down the floor. The pass goes astray, and the turnover gives it to the Tigers. 37-33, Beckley leads, and Princeton is ready. The Tigers with a record of 2-1. They have victories over Independence by 31 points, and they defeated Woodbridge, Virginia by 12 in their holiday tournament just completed. with it. His strain 34. St. Clair, Phillips in close to the big guy. He's loose for the short one, and there it goes. Jimmy Miller, 18 points now. 37-35, and that Beckley lead has been whittled down to 2. Steve Kidd with a left-hand dribble. That's Bolin. Kidd again. Princeton using zone defensively. This is Steve Kidd once more. Now Green out of the circle. From 18 feet, it won't quite go down, and Miller's got it. This is St. Clair. Fast break try, that's Eads. Mike Eads, who averages better than 15 a game, now has 6, and Beckley wants a timeout. So with 6:20 to go, Bob, we're tied at 37, and this is the 8th tie of the ball game.
Tigers came out smoking. Well, that were outball total at halftime. I'm sure were words to the effect that you cannot rest on your laurels. Got there and hustle a bit, and it showed itself. This is where, if the Tigers will hustle with the Eagles at the same intensity, the Eagles really can't compete. They don't have the size factor. You can't put a 6'3" Goodson against a 6'8" Miller forever. See if we can get now inside the Eagle huddle and see what Gary's going to tell him.
Do the same thing you start of the ball game. Unless you run the ball at him and don't let Miller get in the offense and don't let him get in the defense, you don't keep the ball down the floor.
Gary Nichols saying don't let Miller get involved in the offense or the defense. And he's right.
First half, though, did a super job in counting one of the state's truly great players.
Well, the Tigers are in a 2-3 zone, and Beckley's ready to attack it. That's Kidd with the ball. Tied at 37. Green. Bolin. Goodson. Now Bolin has become the point guard for the moment. Way up there with Stephon Strain, number 34. DeWitt. Here come the Tigers, a chance to regain the lead that they haven't held since the waning second of the first period. We're in the third quarter here at the Raleigh County Armory Civic Center in Beckley. This is a tape delay. This all happened about 2 hours earlier. This is one of 14 games, 8 Woodrow games, and 6 Shady games. Shady Spring Tigers will be part of our activity. St. Clair missing. Tigers hustle, and St. Clair's got it back. Look at that. Jeff St. Clair's first field goal of the night. So every member of the original starting 5 for the Tigers with at least 2 points. And Princeton regains the lead 39-37, 5:44 to go. There's Goodson, yes. Dennis Goodson with 16 points to lead the Flying Eagles. Beckley will be back at home this Friday. We'll televise the game on a delayed basis. Mount View out of Welch will be the opposition. Hope to see you here. Tigers of Princeton will play Saturday night at Oak Hill. That should be a humdinger. This is Phillips. Back out front again. St. Clair, there's Eads. Gets around his defense and just misses the medium range shot. Green with a rebound for Beckley. Eagles fast break 4-on-2. It won't go down for Kidd. Goodson face, puts it up his block. He's got it again. What hustle. Goodson. So he and Miller are going battle.
Life on the baseline is a little testy.
Oh, yeah.
Both ends of the court.
St. Clair from 22. Yes. St. Clair's decided to get involved in the offense.
That would have been a three-pointer.
Yeah. We're tied at 41. That's Kidd, head of the circle. Bolin. And Goodson, the hot man, that's short. Phillips with it. Up ahead to Eads, and he's got a man under the basket. It will not go down. The prevailing wind for St. Clair didn't help him. And so Beckley with possession. We're tied at 41. Almost midway through period number 3 here before a good crowd tonight of what they say will be a snowy evening. Kidd missing the long one from outside. There's the tip again by Goodson. Dennis Goodson.
Not the way they teach you to tip them, but I'm sure they'll keep it.
You saw Gary Nichols didn't change his expression, but I'm sure he was happy inside. Eads and St. Clair, the veteran guards. Oh, nice shot there from Stephon Strain. 6 points for him. We're tied at 43. Well, the advance notice on this game, Bob, was that we'd have a good one, and It's proving correct. Bob Boland from outside, heading to the right.
Now that's what Gary Nichols wants out of his offense, to take the shot. They're not all going to go, but you got to take the shot to get a decent enough percentage figure. As he pointed out in their Bluefield victory, a close one, they didn't take enough shots to score more than 48 from the field if they shot 50%, which they didn't. So he's glad to see them taking the shots.
He's missing, but Phillips tips in. And David Phillips with his first points of the evening were tied at 45. They approach the 3-minute mark to go in the third quarter. Bob Boland into the corner, and here's Taylor's shot. That's an air ball. Tigers are running on offense. Toss here in St. Clair, resourcing down. His teammates will set up. Beckley is in a 2-3 zone. The Eagles, we're told, will change their defenses regularly during the evening. That's Phillips, reserve front court performer for Princeton. They've got plenty of height coming off the bench. This is Miller. Watch him. Oh, yeah. Jimmy Miller is tough. 21 points for Miller. And the Tigers regain the lead, 47-25. That's Bobby Boland tying it up again. Boland hits 3 fingers. And we've got a timeout. Not just a momentary timeout, as Taylor will sit down. And John Price will check back in. John started the ball game, and he's got 3 fouls on him.
Eads is back in for Princeton.
This is Eads working for basketball now.
I'm sorry, DeWitt's back in. Number 32, James DeWitt back in, and Phillips gets a free throw.
They lob the alley-ooper. Miller fakes out Price, and there it is. The scoring machine gets his 8th of the quarter. 23 in the game. Kid from out there. Rebound, Princeton. Tigers lead by 2 with 2 minutes to play third quarter. Princeton's going to spread out the offense now and try to force Beckley out of their 2-3 zone. Beckley must come out after them. Tigers actually, I'm sure, not freezing, but trying to get somebody loose for a layup. That's Eads playing catch with St. Clair. Got a minute 32 to play in the third quarter. A seesaw ball game. Princeton led all the first quarter until the final buzzer when Beckley hit a shot at the horn. The Eagles building up as much as a 7-point advantage, led by 6 at halftime. Now Princeton by 2. Now the Tigers in their offense. Here's Eads. He's got the bucket. Let's see if they allow it. They will not allow the basket. Foul first before the shot on Beckley. Looks to be on Robert Green. Green's second foul. Check that here. Call it on Price. So John Price has 4 fouls. He'll stay in as Princeton inbounds. St. Clair high off the brace. Phillips will get the offense. And Beckley hasn't stolen. But Eads has got first foul. Foul on Phillips. That's his first.
This running up and down the floor, the Eagles are looking to be a little better condition here. Some slower stepping Princeton Tigers, which may have a bearing on this ballgame a little later on.
Princeton stays in a 2-3 zone, and Steve Kidd looks it over. That's Green right in front of us. Now Kidd. Goodson, they got him outside, and Boland will take the 23-footer. Miller's got the rebound. Princeton fast breaking, 3-on-3. Eads, yes. Mike Eads has 8 points. And it's 51-47. The Tiger lead is advanced to 4 points. Got half a minute to play in the third. This is Beckley with a basketball. Into the corner, Kidd. In closer, Goodson. He had 3 men on him. One of them got him on the arm. The Beckley cheering section right behind the scoring table. They moved it over there this year. It certainly helps. Used to be the Beckley bench was in front of the visiting cheering section. And St. Clair's whistled for a second foul for Princeton. Nobody on the boat as yet, so the Eagles will inbound it under their own basket. Green to trigger. That's Boland, Kidd, Green. Kidd will take the 16-footer. In and out, tough luck, and Miller way out to get that, Carob. Princeton fast-breaking 3-on-3. Phillips with a layup. It won't go down. Oh, what a rebound by Price for the Eagles. 3 seconds left. They don't realize it. They better put it up. Well, the scoreboard right over top of the action. Woodrow Wilson didn't realize the time had run out in the third quarter. Princeton got their act together again. They were 6 down starting the quarter. They're 4 up now. We've got 8 more minutes to go with the score. Princeton Tigers 51, Beckley Flying Eagles 47. You're watching the Princeton Tigers break their huddle. Coach Ralph Ball in his 21st season. Won a state championship 2 years ago, and of course, a lot of folks remember the Princeton Tigers. They've had some great players through the years, going back to the late 50s when Rod Thorne was their superstar. His jersey number 44 is still hanging in the trophy case in the hallways of Princeton High School. And we're ready now. Another future superstar, and one who's going big now. Miller gets the tip to his team. Working with it is James DeWitt. 51-47, Princeton, and they're going to spread it out and make Beckley break out of their defense. This is Eads, number 10. Mike Eads, veteran guard. He's directing traffic. Beckley has gone man for man now. Eads will put it up there, and he's fouled. The shot missed. Foul looks to be on Price. It is, he's gone. John Price is fouled out of the ball game. He did not score tonight, but he got a few key rebounds, Bob Cannon.
Yes, he did. He's a hustle on the scrapper. He gets a little too exuberant. Big, strong fella. He'll have to work out some of the rough edges that have a tendency to draw attention to you.
So Dennis Goodson is back in for Beckley. Boland and Taylor, Green and Kidd, the other members of the Woodrow Wilson starting lineup. Here's Eads on the line for Princeton. He's got it. That's 9 points for him in his first opportunity at the line. Mike is a 6-foot senior. Along with him, he has St. Clair, DeWitt, Strain, and Miller. The 5 for the Tigers. That's good. Eads with a pair of them. That's 10 for him. 53-47. All of a sudden, a 6-point lead for Princeton. This is their longest advantage. This is Bo Green. Boland underneath Taylor for the short jumper. Blocked. Beckley's got it back. There's Taylor again. Great happening. Len Taylor scoring for the first time in this half. Total of 7. 53-49 as Princeton's lead whittled to 4 in the opening minute of the final period. A tape delay. This game played a couple of hours earlier in Beckley at the Raleigh County Armory Civic Center. That's Miller missing from the baseline right. Taylor's got it for the Eagles. Got a Kidd. Uh-oh. Whistle now, and a foul is going to be called on Green. That's his second. Beckley wants timeout. We've been using just a little bit ingenuity. We've had the wireless microphone. We've been visiting each of the huddles on occasion. And as we get down to strategy here near the end, why that'll really be important. We're going to go to the Beckley bench. First off, you can see a little bit of a discussion, Bob, between the Beckley coach Gary Nichols and one of the officials.
I think Gary thought that Steve Kidd was tripped coming up and talking to the officials, and one of them was there. At least if I read lips well enough, but Gary questioned not so much the call wasn't made, but if you were there wanting to do something like that. So that ended that discussion early. Coaches never win those discussions. They try.
Very rarely.
They never win.
It's been a well-called game tonight. Obviously, we could not hear in the huddle. Gary just did not have a whole lot of time to say anything except go out there and do your thing. By the way, Coach Nichols is assisted by Miller Hall. So 53-49, a 4-point lead for the Princeton Tigers. They won 19 last year and lost 6. Made it to the semifinals, losing to Wheeling Park, who then went on to win the state championship. And then 2 years ago, the Tigers took it all. Beckley's really scrapping at it. This time it'll be DeWitt to trigger in at midcourt. That's Phillips. Eads with it. Boland is on him. Way outside shot. Look at that. with a little spin for James DeWitt. That's 10 points for him. 55-49. Yeah, you don't want to take a shot like that. It's one of those where the coach says, oh no, way to go, after it goes through, yeah? Here's Kidd, running one-handers there. Steve Kidd scores for the first time in the second half. And it comes at a perfect moment for the Beckley cause. The Eagles are back within 4 points, 55-51. This is DeWitt with the ball. Green is on him. Miller. This is the big gun they want to get it to, and there it is. Jimmy Miller has 25 points. That's his seasonal average. 57-51, Tigers. Oh, that's a shot that Red Taylor is happy to have. He was actually shooting from behind the backboard.
He's now gone 39 seconds without a rebound. The last 7 shots are all gone in. Make that 8.
There's Eads with a basket. They're going to count it and a foul. So give Eads the 2-pointer. Yes. That's 10 points for both. 59-55 as the teams trade baskets here with 5.5 minutes to play the ball game at the Armory Civic Center in Beckley. Glad you're with us here on Channel 9. This is the first of 14 regular season games. 8 Woodrow and 6 Shady Spring games. Friday night is our next one. 10 o'clock is the airtime as Beckley will take on Mountain of Welch. Oh, there's a nice team play. There's the tough shot. Jimmy Miller. Hard against the opportunity, Bob.
27 points for the rebound.
Charging foul that time. Miller had established his position. And Green gets his third personal. Well, it'll be 1-1 time for Mr. Miller. 27 points, including 3 out of 4 at the charity stripe. Last year he averaged 22.5 a ball game. And he's got just a few extra pounds and an extra inch in height this year to make him even more devastating. Jimmy Miller. In the holiday tournament, they had 10 major college scouts watching him. (62-55), Princeton by 7. 5:02 remaining in the ball game.
There's no question he will be the premier player this year, perhaps. Not only this state, but probably the surrounding vicinities of the other 3 of our neighbors. He is an exceptional player.
These 2 teams will play again later in the year down at Princeton. And then perhaps a meeting in the tournaments if it works out right. Bowling from long range will go, and there's Mr. Miller. This is Mike Eads. His teammates get set up. Eads again. There's DeWitt. An off-balance shot. Taylor's got it for Beckley. Steve Kidd. Skippy defense by Princeton. There's Kidd. Long range and short. And it comes right over here. Boy, Green took a tumble right in front of us. Like somebody tripped him, but there's no whistle.
Jump ball there, call.
Princeton wants timeout.
I think one of the problems the Eagles have had in his last burst, Bill, watching, they've gotten away from the run. A little shy. Instead of come charging down and try for the break, they tried to set up for the shots. And when you have that 2-3 Princeton zone with Miller in the middle, it's going to be awfully tough.
There's still plenty of time left, but let's take a listen. I think we've got our microphone over to Beckley. Check that first one. Opportunity for the quick layup. Why, don't be afraid to sit on the ball.
He wants to keep controlling the boards. keep them in the middle on their zone, block out like they've been doing, and they'll take advantage of their height.
We have 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the ball game. Princeton 63, Woodrow Wilson 55. Of those 63 Tiger points, Jimmy Miller has 29 of them. Dennis Goodson has 20 of the Beckley 55 points. So it's jump ball time. Goodson is number 22. It'll be Green, number 30, at 6'3", doing the jumping against the 5'8" Jeff St. Clair for Princeton in the dark uniform. Beckley's got it. Boland will take the jumper from medium range. That's Taylor taking out the big guy. Yes! Taylor with courage that time, and that's 11 points for Glenn. 63-57, a crucial basket for the Beckley cause. Tipped away. Eagles will try fast break. Three against two. Goodson. Yes!
That's what they need, man. That's what they have to have that break. They've got to hustle.
Beckley clamps on that press. 3 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in the ball game. Mike Eads cooling with the ball. This is where the experience comes in, and we've got that's his second. Princeton is already on the 1-1. Eads will go up there. 12 points showing tonight, 2 out of 2 at the line. Averaging 15.5 per contest. By the way, the next Princeton home game will be a week from tonight when Bluefield will come into play. Well, that's always a barn burner down there in Mercer County. So Eads makes the vote 65-59, a 6-point lead for the Tigers. Boland. Taylor from the corner, yes. And Taylor has the hot hand for Woodrow Wilson. And Beckley back within 4. Still plenty of time left. 3 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Eads is directing traffic. Now he's going to put his move and put his shot up at first and whistle as the shot was in the air. Aspen is not allowed. And Taylor called for his first foul tonight. To say that Beckley has done a good job of neutralizing the huge height advantage that Princeton has held.
Except for a couple of lapses when they allowed themselves to be backed up. Looks to me, I may be wrong, but from here, looks to me a couple times like they got intimidated a little bit. Once Miller went up with a really strong rebounding effort for a few seconds, that intensity seemed to be lost, and you can't allow that to happen after a good big call like that, and just avoid intensity has. Now they're out. Great save, Boland.
Oh, yeah. Great save. Glenn Taylor. Miller Hall there in the center of your picture. And Beckley is back within 2, and the Eagles steal. This is Bobby Boland with it. Beckley fast break. Play out by Kidd. Steve Kidd ties the score with 2:45 left. And the Beckley cheering section is going berserk. 65 all. This is Eads with it. But this foul shot by Phillips led to a Beckley quick bucket. The Eagles have it back. Well, Woodrow can regain the lead after being down by 8 points just a couple of minutes ago.
That was a tragic thing. The Tigers had it. Now the Eagles have it.
Princeton stays in what looks like a 2-1-2 defense. This is Taylor. Well, he's been hot. Taylor 44. Green with it down. Kidd has it. Taylor, check that. This is Boland. Yes! Bobby Boland is a critical one. That's a dozen points for him, and Beckley retakes the lead, 67-65 with 2 minutes to play. Underneath, they try to get it to the big guy, Miller, and a great interception by Dennis Goodson. Well, the Flying Eagles have come to life. Beckley will spread out the offense now, try to get an easy basket for the layup if they can. Some coaches call this 4 to score. Green, fine ball handler. He can play either forward or guard, and he's using his talents now as a ball handler. Goodson, this is Kidd. The Tigers are going to have to come out and go man for man. A minute and 20 to play in the ball game. That's Coach Ball. Well, he's been through a lot of tight games in his 27 years. That's the foul on St. Clair, his third. So Beckley will go 1-1.
That's the one's a timeout, I believe. start things over here.
I'll tell you, Bob, for the first telecast that we've chosen here, we have had a humdinger.
Well, they're playing just like we wrote this, aren't they?
We're looking at the Beckley huddle. Let's see if we can hear it. Looking at the clock, you see a minute 15 remaining. It'll be tough to hear because the cheering section is...
I think we're going to be obliterated. We'll try that one later on. 2-point hitch. Now the ball is really bounced into the Eagles' court. Princeton can't afford to foul without going to 1-on-1 one more time. After that, it becomes critical. Now the only advantage the Eagles have had, physically speaking, is now apparent. Being smaller, they are quicker. And their size will be of no value unless they shoot the ball and miss. And obviously, Gary's telling them, when you take it, take your good shot and fall back.
In the series these two teams played last year, they played 3 games. Princeton won twice. One game by 2 points, one game by 3 points. Beckley's victory last year was by 4 points. So that's how close the series has been, not only last year, but in previous encounters. And they've got another one, Beckley by 2, as you see right there. Well, let's look for changes. Don't see any. The same 5 for both sides. This is Green to trigger in for Woodrow Wilson, number 30. 1:15 left. Steve Kidd, fine ball handler. We'll watch the clock for you. We've got a minute to play. 1 minute. We're going to have to try for the foul pretty soon.
55 seconds.
There it is. That's the foul of St. Clair. That's his 4th. Ian Eads, each with 4 persons.
More importantly now, this is another situation. Now this one, Princeton has to foul and hope that the Eagles miss something. They're down by 2, so every free throw becomes all good. And again, now the Tigers want to cut down. They'll have to rechange the strategy number 2.
Well, they're going to make Bobby Bolin think about it. So Princeton calls a timeout. Bolin has only had 2 opportunities at the foul line all year. He's hit 1 of them. But he's a fine shooter. He's one of the best ones. And he scored,
really.
he scored about 12 points tonight, all field goals. He and Green are expected to hit those medium-range jumpers all year for the Eagles to be effective, but they've come through tonight.
So the best thing, as Gary said, I mentioned it several times, and if the fans who are watching tonight will get a chance to see them in person, they'll see a little more clearly courtside. There's a whole adage, the game of basketball goes to he who scores the most points. You cannot score, inversely, if you don't shoot. Too many people get hung up on a great shooting percentage. It doesn't really matter, only if you lose. If you win, you can shoot 10% as long as you have more points. And this is what Gary's been trying to get them to do. They take a good shot, and they've taken them 9. They've got very few poor shots all night long. And if you take a lot, you'll miss a lot. As long as you score, and at this point, when you're up by 2, the percentage means nothing.
Okay, Bob Bolin up there, 6'3" senior, averaging 7.5 points a game. He's got 12 tonight, and let's see. Short. That's Taylor. Boy, he has been tough, especially here in the last quarter of play. 45 seconds left. Beckley by 2, and the Eagles are hanging on for dear life. Oh, what a great comeback they've made here in the last seconds. They were outscored in the 3rd quarter by Princeton 20-10.
35 seconds.
This is Green. They're almost for the steal, but not quite. That's Kidd. Green again. Here's center court.
25 seconds. They're going to have to foul in a hurry.
That's Taylor.
20
Green.
seconds.
Taylor again.
15 seconds.
Here it is. Here's the intentional foul by Stephon Green. His second.
That hurt because it cost him 2 shots automatically.
Well, at least it looked intentional. Let's see if indeed they'll give it to him. 14 ticks left on the clock. 67-65, Woodrow Wilson. Flying Eagles with a lead.
It's going to be 1-1.
Taylor tonight has made 3 out of 5 at the strike. And 15 total points, and again, the Princeton Tigers are going to let Mr. Taylor think it over.
Well, plus the fact that Robert's not too happy. I'm sure he did not want them to let all that time off the clock before making the foul. Let's see what he's doing to Rob Sutter. That's what he has to do. He's right. They have to have the rebound if the shot doesn't go in, and they've got to get up the floor.
And of course, you heard him say you got to get into the diamond press. That's 4 guys playing the zone, and then the one holding man-for-man player. But first, they got to hold Beckley misses the first on this 1-and-1. 14 seconds left. This free throw is very critical for the Flying Eagle cause. Let's see what Glenn can do. He averages 8 a ball game, 6'1", and a senior. Did not get much playing time last year. He's a 67% foul shooter on the young season. As we told you, 60% tonight. Here comes.
That's the big one. That makes it a 3-point lead.
Beckley's in the midst of a 5-team homestand, and boy, with the opposition like this would be a great way to continue the series. Down ball. Critical free throws. Beckley 69 to 65 into the big guy. Miller will spin. And what happens? 31 points for Miller.
5 seconds.
Got a man loose down here. The football type pass is intercepted in 1 second.
All academic anyway.
That's it. Woodrow Wilson has upset the Princeton Tigers by 2 points, and look at the happy Beckleyans.
I think there's a big discussion here. Mikey is claiming foul. Ralph Ball is talking.
They didn't make an official until right now. Ralph Ball was saying that there was a foul before the time had expired. Hey, a couple of years ago, Bob, it was a last-second field goal by a Beckley player that won the ball game, and Ralph Ball has, I guess, been a little bit hesitant. These last-second hysterics here in Beckley. Beckley made a great comeback, and the Eagles now have a 2-1 record, and the Princeton Tigers will go back home at 2-2. Well, we'll take a break now. We'll come back with our wrap-up. We'll have the scoring statistics, both individually and team-wise, when we return after you see and hear this.
.67, the grand finale to the opener of our 14-game high school basketball schedule here on Channel 9. The Beckley Flying Eagles victorious by the slimmest of margins over the very, very fine Princeton Tigers. To talk about it, here's Bill O'Brien and, of course, victorious head coach Gary Nichols of the Beckley Flying Eagles.
Okay, thanks, Bob. And, Coach, you've got to be really happy here.
I can smile now, can't Bill? Boy, that was a tremendous basketball game. We played a fine first half and then was up, I think, 37-31. We came back out and did the same thing that we had done in the 2 previous basketball games. We stood on offense, and as a result, we went to the other end of the floor and didn't play really fine defense, and we didn't block out, put them right back in the ball game, and then it got even worse. I think we were down as many as 8 points at one time, but they drew us out of the zone and made us go man-to-man, and I think that was the difference in the basketball game. When we went man full court, I think we might have had just a little bit too much quickness for them, and maybe they were a little bit fatigued, but, I don't know, but I think our kids were just too proud to lose the basketball game.
Well, you got some great shooting, too, near the end. Glenn Taylor was terrific, 17 total points.
He did a fine job. I was worried about Glenn's size, but I think his quickness helped him tremendously, and he hit 2 crucial free throws and a couple buckets right there at the end when we really had to score.
Pressure really had to be on him with that foul shot that iced it.
Well, we tried to take the pressure off of him in the huddle. We made plans if he made it and plans if he had not made it. So we told him relax and just stick the ball in the hole, and if it didn't go in, we get it back again for him. So we tried to take it off of him.
Were you pretty well pleased with the way your team played defensively? You held Miller to 31 points.
Well, we said we had to hold him to under 25 to win the basketball game, and we didn't do that, but I don't think the rest, I think we played good defense on the rest of the ball players. I don't know how many they had, but I think the only ones that scored successfully, I believe, was DeWitt besides Miller, and I don't think you're going to win a basketball game with two people scoring.
But we'll check all the stats. Coach, we'll let you get back to it. Thanks very much for being with us, and congratulations on a big win.
Thank you, Bill, very much.
Head Flying Eagle basketball coach Gary Nichols, a happy man he is, with a 2-point victory over one of the favorites in the big schools this year, the Princeton Tigers. And now for all the statistics, here's Bob Cannon.
Thank you, Bill. Here's the way the Tigers finished up. Fine backcourt, Mike Eads had 14 points. Jeff St. Clair, their point guard, finished up with 4. James DeWitt, who Gary alluded to, had 10 points, but they were all outside, long-range shots. He was not an inside factor tonight, and I'm sure a lot of that credit goes to the Flying Eagle defense. Stephon Strain had 6 points. Curtis Graham did not even get in the ball game. Dave Phillips had a basket, and Jeff Adams did not score. And, of course, Jimmy Miller had 31 big buckets and 14 key rebounds, but it just was not quite enough. For the Flying Eagles, they were led again by Dennis Goodson with 22 points. Bo Green had 10. Bob Bowen hit 12 points, including the big basket that turned it around late in the fourth quarter. Stevie Kidd had 8 points. Glenn Taylor off the bench, a superb effort. 17 points, including 5 straight free throws, the last 2 to ice the ball game. Randy Anderson did not score, and John Price fouled out. 69-67, a 49% field goal average on the night for the Tigers, 43% for the Flying Eagles. They had 39 of 69 shots. They took 10 more shots than Princeton, and that's what Gary Nichols wanted to have, and it paid off. Our final, the first of 14, 69-67. Beckley over Princeton. High school basketball on Channel 9 returns Friday night. Airtime 10 o'clock when the Eagles will entertain the Montview Golden Knights. We hope you'll join us. For Bill O'Brien, I'm Bob Cannon. Good evening.
This program was produced by WSWP TV, Grandview Beckley.